Alright, welcome to TMN's Daily Digital Marketing Show. And in today's video, I have a really interesting topic for you. But before that, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Well, alright, so let's talk about e-commerce, dropshipping. Well, I know it's a really hot topic, specifically in 2019. The topic has just gotten bigger and hotter. So many people today want to step into e-commerce and drop shipping in specific. So in this video I want to talk about one marketing strategy, the number one marketing strategy that I feel can help you kickstart your e-commerce business, your drop shipping business in 2019. And the best part, you could make it profitable. You could actually make money in e-commerce in 2019 using this one simple marketing strategy. I feel it's a game changer, and I'm about to reveal that in today's TMN Daily Digital Marketing Show. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll have a lot of cool stuff coming in your way in the future videos. So let's talk about the digital marketing and dropshipping scenario in 2019. Well, I made a few notes for a change. So I am sequential and I go to the points sequentially. So the first thing first, let's talk about the challenges in e-commerce in 2019. Well, I wrote a few big challenges that I want to discuss in this video. Starting with number one, increased cost of advertising. Well, I'm sure if you have been running ads online for a while, you know that ads are getting expensive. Buying traffic is getting expensive. Right? I feel the Facebook advertising costing has gone up by at least 30% in the last 1 year, and I'm sure it's bound to increase. So to drive traffic to your website, the cost per acquisition, the customer, the cost per click, everything has gone up. So that's one big challenge in e-commerce, right? Because your sales remain the same for the ad spend unless you're optimizing your conversion ratio. Let's assume that's static. Your conversion ratio is static in 2018 and 2019. For the same traffic, for the same number of clicks, well, you'll have to spend way more money, which means your profit is gone down. Point number two, the second biggest challenge in e-commerce and dropshipping in 2019 is the increased competition. Well, with so many new people getting into the e-commerce dropshipping ecosystem and trying to get start their own businesses in the dropshipping space, well, it's getting competitive because the same products are getting marketed by the gazillion different people, right? So the end consumer is seeing the same product being advertised at different price points from different people. So the increased competition is also a cause of concern for dropshippers, especially if you lack great creative marketing. It's going to decrease your sales and conversions if you have any at all, right? So that's one big challenge too. And number three. Well, similar products being found on Amazon and Flipkart. Now, a lot of dropshippers are smart. After dropshipping, they are getting the private labeling where they buy the product in bulk and put up those same products on Amazon or Flipkart. So now the products earlier that you were dropshipping can be found on Amazon and Flipkart and had a much lesser price point. And on those sites, well, the trust on Amazon and Flipkart is way higher compared to a new drop shipping store. So most people are going to buy from Amazon compared to a new drop shipping store. So that's another big challenge, and especially if you're drop shipping to US with the postal thing that Donald Trump did and the trade war with China, things are a little murkier. So these are the challenges that we are having to fight as drop shippers and e-commerce business companies in 2019. But you know what? There's still a way. If you are a creative marketer, and this is what I figured, if you are creative in your marketing, if you are a marketing genius, you would still find a way to really make a great revenue in 2019 in dropshipping or e-commerce. And the one simple hack or strategy that I want to give you is this: try community marketing in 2019. Let that point sink in. Try community marketing in 2019. Now, what exactly do I mean by community marketing? Well, first let's define what's a community. right? So, like Seth Godin said, if you haven't read Seth, I think you've done yourself a disservice. You should really go back and read his books because Seth is an amazing marketer. So, he says, as marketers, you need to build tribes, which I kind of agree with because building tribe is one way to build brand loyalty, right? And in e-commerce, you need that. If you have loyalty, you have repeat purchase, which is where the money is. That increases the customer lifetime value. So overall, it's great for an e-commerce business. So you do that by building a tribe. Now, a synonym for a tribe could be a community. And what is a community, right? Let's take a general definition. A community is a place or a group of people that are bound together by a common cause, a belief, or something that binds them together. For example, let's take IPL, Mumbai Indian, right? That's one franchise, and then there's a big community that follows Mumbai Indians, right? Same for Shah Rukh Khan fans; they might follow Kolkata Knight Riders. So, these are different communities, examples for different communities. So similarly, there are communities for religion, right? Hindu, Muslims, Punjabis, Sikhs, Sindhis, Kutchi, right? So these are all different communities in the literal sense. And then you have colleges. So those are again different communities, right? I was in BIT college in Bangalore when I was doing my engineering. So we have a community of people who went to BIT college, right? In Mumbai you have Mitibai College, Xavier's College. So different colleges have their own community, and within the colleges you have different divisions or different streams like computer science engineering, electronics engineering. So you have further communities within communities. So here is what you should be doing in 2019 to start a profitable e-commerce business, which is create a store around community. And I think that could be a really big game changer. And not any community, but a community that you are a part of. And people relate to you, people in that community relate to you for something. For example, now let's assume that you were a programming geek in your engineering days and everybody related to you for your programming skills. They all came up to you. So now you have a community of programmers that looked up to you or look up to you, right? So I would create an e-commerce store around softwares or around a community of people where I can sell them products related to programming or courses related to programming or books related to programming, and I would market to that community and start a store around that community. Or for example, if you were a really good, let's say a table tennis player or a sports player, and people in your community knew that, okay, you are really good at that, and you have great analysis of the matches that happen, and people really loved your review, they really loved your opinion on what happened in the match, what was your feedback like, what was the team selection right. So then I would create an e-commerce store around you, around cricket, with you being the brand, you being the face of the community and of the store. Now once you find what is your strength, which communities you are a part of, and which community do people, in which community do people relate to you as an authority figure or a leader of the community, then the next thing to do is create an e-commerce store in that particular niche community. And then you go out and create content. Now we get back to basic content marketing, right? So one of the best ways to go about making sales in e-commerce is great content marketing. But now the challenge with content marketing is like those old 5 ways to do this, 7 hacks to do this, 15 hacks to do this. Those those kind of articles are all around the place, and nobody really connects with them. People may read them in the moment, but they don't create a lasting effect as far as creating branding or loyalty is concerned. So when you now start creating content based on the authority that you have in a specific topic, your community will relate to you because you already own that community, right? People know you in that community. Now you are posting stories about whatever topic or about topic that community relates to you with, and then you're doing stories, you're doing videos, you're writing about it, you're blogging about it. Now there's a better connect because it's not just 7 hacks to do this, but it's you. People relate to you, people associate with you, and now it's an authority figure talking about a specific topic. And not just that, When people look at people, there's better brand loyalty. Plus, you could throw in a story, because eventually to create loyalty and to get repeat purchase, there needs to be a great story, and every story has characters. A lot of people say that content marketing is the way to sell products. I disagree. A simple plain bland article talking about 7 hacks to do ABC without a story. So, hack number 1, do this, hack number 2, do this. It doesn't create any kind of a loyalty. What should people connect with as far as that article is concerned? Right? Probably they connect with the brand, but that requires a really long time. It requires really long time to create any kind of a connection with people if you are just posting articles which are hacks and secrets. But when you bring in a human element, and when people have narratives and stories about that person, it immediately creates a better brand connection, because people connect with people, not with logos or not with organizations, right? Even when I talk about Apple, people connected with jobs. So you need a human figure there. So now that we have you as the human figure, as the person who is the face of the community, who is the authority figure of the community, who knows what he's talking about, who has his own stories, well, you create better brand connection. And you know what the community needs, you know what products do they need, you are the expert there, and then with your content marketing you throw out products and people would flock to buy your products, and you could even sell them at a higher price point compared to the marketplace. Nobody would question that, because they trust you. The biggest thing, right? You start with trust, because in marketing, as marketers, all we are trying to do is build trust in the marketplace one step at a time, right? Earn that trust, earn the trust of a marketplace. But here you have an advantage because you start with trust. So in 2019, if you want to start a successful e-commerce business, successful dropshipping business, do this. Figure out what communities you're a part of. Figure out which community that you're a part of looks up to you and you have expertise in. Then third, start a store around that community. Number four, create content marketing, but not just pure bland secret hack content, but content that has stories, that has narratives, where people, which enhances your authority in the niche, enhances your credibility in the niche, and then simultaneously sells products to that community. That's the way to go about e-commerce in 2019. When you do something like this, you're not competing with the Amazons, the Flipkarts, the Walmarts of the world, because they are purely a corporation driven by purely one thing, which is the greed and the fast delivery. Right? Because people get discounts and people get great quick delivery times. But in your case, it's just purely about community, it's about human emotions, it's about human connect, and it's about trust and so much more. So this is one short way of winning in 2019. I gave this suggestion to students, and they're both, of course, my dear friends. One implemented this, one did not. The one who implemented it is killing it in sales, right? He built a community around his religion. He's killing it. He's getting tons and tons of sales. He earlier had a very general store. He was selling products all around, hardly making any revenue. He was competing with all the other drop shippers and top big stores like Amazon and Flipkart by having general products, and he was doing okay, and then again struggling sometimes. But with this idea, by following the community marketing strategy, he is killing. So now it's your turn, right? So if you are planning to get into e-commerce, drop shipping, build something around your community. Build something around a community that you're a part of, and you, my friend, have a way higher chance of success. I hope you take this advice, implement stuff, test it out, and find success. Alright, so make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's me, Karan Dharamji, signing off. I'll see you tomorrow.